Hello, my name is Selva and I'm from Peru. I currently live in Lima, which is the capital of the country. And so far, we have 1,400 cases and 47 deaths. Now, since day number one, when the first case appeared, the numbers have increased, but very slowly. That's in part because of what the government is doing. Um, we've been quarantined since March 17th to April 12th, and people cannot leave their houses except if they work in hospitals, clinics, and supermarkets, and to get food, of course. Now, since 6 p.m. to 5 a.m., nobody can leave their houses for any motive. Supermarkets and all basic services are closed around 4 p.m., at least in most part of the country. But for example, on the north and on a part of the Amazons, since 4 p.m., nobody can leave their houses because they were seeing that people weren't listening to the government's orders. And the number of cases were increasing on that area because they weren't listening. So they actually did that to prevent more people to live in their houses. Now, thankfully, the government is being very tough when it comes to that. If you can be prosecuted and sent to jail for about 2 to 3 years if you leave your house without any good reason. Now, most part of the population is actually quite content, quite happy to what the government is doing, and because they're acting very tough when it comes to that, but it's something necessary. Now, of course, there are cases like families in poverty, extreme poverty. Now, what the government is doing is that they're giving them money, around $100 every 15 days during the month of the quarantine, because they cannot leave to work, of course. Now, when it comes to independent workers that are sadly not working right now, not getting a paycheck, um, they're looking in a way when they can also help them out. And when it comes to homeless people, for example, here in Lima, there are being shelters being accommodated to receive homeless people and provide them with food and also healthcare. So that's amazing. Um, Sense to what the government is doing. Now, also the frontiers are closed since March 17th. Nobody can enter through plane, through boats, and through bus to the country, and also leave the country. And the airport has been closed for about a week now. Now, this definitely affects a lot of people that have basically they're alone in other countries, and they're asking for the government to actually bring them back because they're afraid that they may get the virus since another countries. And that's definitely affecting a lot of people, and the government is not quite being responsive when it comes to that, so we're waiting for that. And that affects a lot of people, and also is affecting me because right now I am alone in my house, passing this quarantine by myself, but I live with my parents. Now my parents left to the US. It was only going to be for a month, but they're not here. They were supposed to come back yesterday. So it's definitely affecting all of us. Thankfully, they actually have a place to stay. We have family there, so it's so good for them. But they need to come back. My dad needs to start working. Virtual classes. They're thankfully there's been online classes, so children and universities cannot miss the semester. Um, but yeah, that's what's going on. It's definitely affecting all of us, but we know that it's for a good reason, and we want to keep the the cases of the virus at a minimum. Now, actually, today there's been an order quite peculiar order from the government where when on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays only men can leave their houses to get food, and of course if you work. And on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays only women can leave their houses, and on Sundays no one is leaving their house. So you can see that the government is being very strict, but we try our best to actually stay in our houses. And through social media there's been a good amount of people that are in favor of what the government is doing, me included, because it's what we have to do. So I hope all of this passes quickly, and thankfully the health care system here in the country has not collapsed. There's been new hospitals being built, more beds being accommodated, more breathers being bought by the government to be prepared if things get worse. Thankfully, I really hope that that doesn't happen, and it's not happening right now. But yeah, that's what's going on. So I definitely hope for the best. Every single day, the president and the ministers are all giving a speech, answering the questions that the people have. So that's amazing. It's definitely given a lot of relief to the population. And they said that not just in Peru, but in basically the entire world, we're facing an upcoming crisis. So they're preparing for that, and all of us are preparing for that. But we're quite glad that the government is doing something in what they can. You know, there's also been cases, uh, not such a good cases, but the government is being quite a quick response for that. And the main issue is now the people that cannot come back to Peru, my parents included. So we hope that they actually give an answer for that as soon as they can. So that so far how things have been going on here in Peru, specifically in Lima. So people are listening, thankfully. It's quite tough to stay in our houses, but it's something we have to do. And we're very glad that the government is doing that. So yeah, that's all.